back to the Summer Grill series here on Chuds BBQ. Everybody, my name is Bradley Robinson, and today I am with Sup Mighty Joe Yim, and we're making some big, fat, Texas-sized Chicago hot dogs. Ooh. Coming up! With the 4th of July right around the corner, it's time to fire up your grills, grab some burgers, and a whole bunch of hot dogs. And this time last year, I showed y'all how to make some all-beef, casing-free hot dogs that were absolutely fantastic. This year, we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna make hot dogs again, but this time we're gonna stuff them into some hog casings, meaning they're gonna be bigger, fatter, plumper, and absolutely delicious. This is some beef brisket. Generally, I use some scraps from the freezer, but this video is a bit of a last-minute decision. So I went out and I picked up a fatty side of a brisket. I've had this guy in the freezer for the last hour or so. It's still pliable, not completely frozen, but nice and firm, which is what we're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this up into strips so we can fit this in the meat grinder. Last time I made hot dogs, I made them pretty lean, and that's just because that's what I read about on the internet. So this time I figured, hey, let's go fattier, see how they come out. And again, hot dogs are pretty versatile. If you wanted to do a pork and beef, or an all chicken, or all turkey, or mix it all up, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Bam, there we have it. 5 pounds of brisket, sliced up, ready to go into the meat grinder. Let's talk about spices. For our hot dog spice mixture today, we are going in with the same culprits as the last time, starting with some kosher salt. I miss every time. Some pink curing salt, optional. Some white pepper, some paprika, mustard piata, some onion powder, and some granulated garlic. We're also gonna go in with our binder, which is some good old-fashioned milk powder. We're just gonna tiny whisk this to homogeneity. Beautiful. As always, try and keep your meat and your grinder stuff as cold as possible, especially if you're outside on a hot Texas day. We're just gonna send all this meat right on through. And now, in with our spice mixture. Gonna mix that around as evenly as possible, moving quickly to make sure everything stays nice and cold. And then, we're gonna go through again. From here, we're just gonna send this mix right through the food processor here in little batches while adding in our water. And that's what's gonna turn this from a sausage into a paste, which is the main difference between a sausage and a hot dog. Part way through, go down, scrape down the sides. You know how to use a food processor. Mine's broken, that's why I've got this little wire here to control the safety mechanism. Trying to look and smell like a hot dog. All right, that's looking good to me, nice and tacky. That's a meat mousse right there. Weird process making hot dogs, folks. If you ever want to make some hellacious dishes, that's the way to go about it. This time we're going with the 35 mil, good old regular sized hog casings. Getting a little tired. All right, folks, now it's time to decide the length of your dogs. I think we're gonna go with the classic, roughly 6 inches, which is average. Some would say above average. Nothing feels weirder than casing hot dogs. Oh, I popped it. Look at that, nice and plump. These are gonna be some of the biggest wieners y'all have ever seen. It's like a half-pound schlong right there. It's like casing moose. Bam, there we go. That's the end of it. 12.5 links of big, fat, really weird-looking pale hot dogs ready to hit the smoker. We're gonna smoke these around 150, upwards of 200 degrees for the next 3-4 hours until they get nice and red. Really just trying to dry out that exterior, turn these from a nice pale meat mousse color to a nice smoky red, plump link. What that's gonna do is give us a really nice snappy casing and some really good even smoke flavor all the way through these wienes. So we will check back in a couple hours to see how they are looking. 4 hours later, these weenies are coming off the pit and they are feeling kind of weird. They feel an awful lot like a bunch of beef was whipped up with a bunch of air and then stuffed into a hog casing. Weird, I know. But hopefully, once we do the final cook on them tomorrow, hold on. Everybody loves a clean ween. They should plump up nicely. These ones in the back that are a little more cooked feel a little more firm. So, into an ice bath they go. It's gonna cool them down rapidly, stop the cooking process, shrink up the casings a bit. Then we can chill them overnight in the fridge, and tomorrow, we're gonna grill them up. All right, so to make sure I don't mess up these hot dogs, I've got an actual Chicagoan in the house. Mighty Joe Yim.
What up?
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
All right, tell me about the Chicago dogs.
Usually it's an all beef Vienna sausage. You got a steamed poppy seed bun, mustard, relish, onions, tomatoes, pickles, celery salt, and then optional sports peppers, which I always usually put on.
Ketchup?
I'm gonna kill you. No ketchup, that's why we're redoing this video. There's another type of Chicago hot dog, so what we're doing is gonna be a kind of variation of that. So there's like the Chicago dog that's loaded, and the other one is kind of like a char dog. To me, the only difference is that the hot dog gets grilled instead of steamed, so.
Yeah, I mean, it is the summer grill series, so we're not gonna be steaming anything today.
No, especially with those big ones, we should probably grill them anyway.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Cool.
Next day, these hot dogs are looking nice and plump, big old sausage-sized hot dogs. Let's throw them on the grill. Ooh, we got this grill ripping hot right now. Do you always eat a bunch of hot dogs before you get on a plane?
I am today.
Good Lord.
Woo!
Yeah, I think we got the makings for some char right there.
We got a char. We go definitely get some char dogs going for sure.
Look at those things go.
That's all that emulsified fat inside that sausage right there.
Yep.
Man. Woo! They're tightening up pretty nice though.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this is exciting. I'm excited. I wasn't sure about this one, but.
Yeah, they felt a little weird last night, but
And everyone's like, "You're burning your food." This is a char dog, all right?
wow.
It's not supposed to be all that crazy, but all right.
Beautiful.
It does smell like a classic backyard grill right now.
It sure does.
Hot dog. Dude, all right, they're done, man.
Look at those glistening wieners. Good job, Joe.
Thanks.
Assembly of the Yim dog.
Here you go. First, you put your hot dog in. Oh man, this is like the perfect size for this tray too. It's gonna hold. Assembly-wise, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this hot dog, but it has to be pretty. The ugliest thing, we don't have neon green relish. This has to go first. We're gonna hide this a little bit. You have the neon green, you should put that towards the end, but we don't got that today. So we're gonna put that on the side. Now, we got a mustard. We'll put a drizzle on just because it's a big hot dog. We gotta get enough mustard on there. Very important. Come on, Whataburger, work with me. Oh my God, that is not pretty. Next, onion. This is the best part. I know some people don't like raw onion, but you have to have raw onion on your hot dog. If you don't have it, the texture is off, the sweetness balance is off. You need it. Trickiest part right here. Now, Brad has expertly cut. This is my biggest pet peeve with Chicago dogs. When they're in wedges or they're cut in the wrong way, you can't see it. You don't get the seeds. All you get is a lot of this in between, and the texture is off. You need to have it cut right way. Good job, Brad. All right, so with these, you're gonna shingle them. You want it to look pretty, all right? The tomatoes are the other thing that's different in color. Fan it out. Beautiful. You need it. These buns are so big. Now the one that everyone always remembers as a Chicago dog is a giant pickle spear. Now, it's up to you how you want to put it. We're gonna try to wedge this thing in. Presentation. You don't want everyone to see the outside of the pickle. It doesn't look as good.
Hey, Miles is certainly having fun with that angle grinder today.
Yeah, he is. One thing that most places probably miss is the celery salt, because you probably don't see it because it dissolves on top. Can't go crazy with this, but you need it. So it's a little bit on top. And that's it. We got our char dogs, made from a Chicagoan in Texas, in the backyard of Chuds.
All right, fellas, I think it's time to dive into these dogs.
Let's do it.
Choose your favorite.
Whoa.
She's got weight.
Dude, this has got some heft.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Happy 4th of July, fellas. That is heavy duty.
I'm liking that thick dog.
It turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
This is messy.
Nice hard casing.
Yep, got a good snap to it. Those poppy seeds are going everywhere.
I feel very American right now.
Just taking a step out of the welding shop to eat a
Yep.
good old dog. It's got that hot dog consistency to it, though.
I'm gonna drive this whole thing right in me.
Yep. There's just something so American about grilling up some dogs on a hot summer day. Good gravy. I'm covered in mustard. It's my happy place.
It's a big one, dude. Holy mother.
Definitely should have eaten all that candy before doing this, but
Yeah. I've seen a lot of long hot dogs. We're never the big fat hot dogs, so that's how we do it at Casa de Chud.
I dig it with these big old buns. Need a big old wiener.
I don't know, boys. We might have to keep this recipe around.
For those of you guys in Chicago, this is like a super dog minus the pickled tomatoes in there. Which I like this better because the pickle's better. Dude, much better than I thought it was gonna be. In all honesty, so much better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
It's like a dog, dude.
it really does. It really does. Big, fat wiener. Nothing wrong with that. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some delicious, nice and plump big boy hot dogs for your 4th of July. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Shout out to Mighty Joe Yim. Thanks for coming down and teaching me how to properly garnish a Chicago dog. Be sure to check out his channel as well. But if you do give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at ChudsBBQ. I love to see what y'all are cooking. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see me cook next. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!